Hey, welcome to Roasted-Newt. I'm Michael. I'll be your reader for the next 10 minutes or so. Um, I'd like to talk about how life is like a roller coaster, how it goes up and down. It's never just smooth, it's never always smooth sailing. Often we feel like we're being attacked, and those attacks only last for a certain phase, and then it goes easy again. It's like it comes in phases, and I just want to encourage you that if you're being gang stalked or being targeted, that it comes and goes, and what it's really doing is it's part of your spiritual growth. So try not to focus on the what and the how and the why. Just focus on yourself, because it's not a good idea to sit there and just pay attention to gang stalking. It's a good idea to just actually distract yourself from it, but also pay attention to how it's strengthening you, and how you've learned a lot from it. Like, it's opened up your eyes to a different view of the world and reality. And it is an interdimensional thing. It's not just the government or organized groups. In a way, it is a demonic attack, and it's a natural phenomena, like the hive mind. It's like somewhere along the line in your life, you chose not to go along with the crowd, and now the crowd's pissed off and they're jealous and they hate you, and now it's their mission to make your life a living hell. But like the roller coaster, it goes scary for a while and then it goes smooth and scary. So often when you're being attacked, it's just like, oh, this again, and then it's time to endure and time to face your fears. And fear is your greatest teacher. It's there for you to overcome. Not saying that it will go away, but this life is really special, but it is tough. So it's about your spiritual growth, and it's a good idea to, it sounds simple, but eating healthy, listening to nice music, or buying yourself a treat, or just playing a video game or something, just simple things, but there's always room to grow in this life. And some people stay the same person they are their whole life, but if you're like me, you like to grow and change, because you want to become the best version of yourself. So what was I saying? Because I used to identify as a targeted individual, and I've been going through this for many years now, and I've learnt a lot about it. And it's like in this world, you gotta be in the world but not of the world. So if you're wondering how you're going to come across to someone who doesn't understand it, or your family, to be honest, you got to play dumb, and you got to put on a normal face and just blend in. And if you don't want to get locked up, then don't tell the psychiatrist what you're going through, because they're all part of the same beast system. They're in on it too, but they'll never admit it. But you know what I mean. So I haven't made a video on it for a while. I was inspired to make a video for you guys, and I thought about, because I've been experiencing some frustrating and annoying attacky type vibes, and I made it through the phase, so it's like it's eased off now. But just know that you're not the only one. But try not to focus on the actual gang stalking itself. Try to have a higher perspective of it. It's not the be all and end all of life. It's just an aspect of life. and eventually you get used to it. You know, it's like, oh, you're going to the shopping center, people are going to act like weirdos. You know, you just expect it now because it shouldn't surprise you anymore. You know, it's just an unfortunate aspect of this intense life that we live. And it teaches us new ways of thinking and it's taking us down a path. So life takes you on a path, and eventually you get to choose where you got to go. But so eating healthy, like, I'll tell you one thing: most fruit juices are just as bad as soft drinks, as soda. So I would encourage you to drink water with lemon juice and a tiny pinch of salt. Drink that once a day instead of buying a Big Mac or a hamburger. You know, buy a bag of baby spinach and a box of baby cucumbers and maybe a tin of tuna or salmon. You know, use the internet to your advantage. So research about different healthy diets and foods and stuff. And also face your fears. So when you are being attacked, try not to be the victim, but be the victor. Because it is a spiritual war that we're living in, you know. World War Z or whatever they call it, World War 3. And yeah, so this can really drive you mental. And don't be ashamed if you're struggling mentally or if you've been locked up in the psych ward. It's okay, we've all been there, you know. But it really does shift the way you think, and maybe that is the key to overcoming or just learning to manage it. The gang stalking is trying to see it in a different perspective, or seeing how, yeah, you can see it in a different light, as in, like, you feel different. So you often feel different from people, from regular people, and maybe that's probably because you are different, and you could see yourself as anointed or chosen by God, but that's up to you. But I've got the page of swords and the 6 of swords, so that's like a new way of thinking and also persevering mentally. So it's really going to test your perseverance and your mental perseverance. And everything happens in divine timing. So, like, you only get the answers when you're ready to be able to manage them. So, and there's, like I said, there's always room to work on yourself. So, like games are okay. Life is like a game of poker. You know, you're given your hand and you play that hand, man. You just do the best with what you got. You know, even a prisoner, someone in prison can improve their life. You know, so I think the difference between you and like us, the targeted individuals, the chosen, and the regular people, is they stay the same. They don't change, but we do. And you know, some people believe even the gang stalkers are like under like a satanic blood contract or something, and they have no choice but to attack us. You know, that's why no matter how hard you spiritually plead them to just stop attacking, they never do, you know. But yeah, it comes in phases. So if you're being attacked right now and you're going through a hard time, just endure as much as you can and know that it gets easier and it comes and goes. So once it gets easier, don't get too comfortable, but just relax. But also know the next time it comes around, you know what to expect. So it does get easier. It's kind of like driving a car, you know. The more you drive that car, you get to drive how you want to drive. It's like a recipe, you know. the more you make that meal, the better and easier and more automatic it becomes. So yeah, really, it's like we've been put on this earth and we've reincarnated here to be like, to help the planet evolve and ascend or whatever. You know, I forgot my train of thought, but yeah, so what I was going to say is do things like that remind you, like that comfort you, like do things you love, like listen to your favorite music. If you can't blare it, just put the headphones on. Buy an action figure, buy a toy that you used to have as a kid or something. Look online for your favorite comic books, your favorite movies, watch your favorite movie. Even if it's just on in the background, you know. Do things that make you feel special or make you feel like a child again. That's what I do, because I collect Ninja Turtles action figures and comic books, and I collect toy guns, and you know, I just do things that make me feel like a kid, because as they say in the Bible or whatever, to enter into heaven you have to be like a child, sort of thing, like as a child. So don't forget who you were when you grew up. So what I'm trying to say is do all these little things that will comfort you, and when you are being attacked, try not to act out or be mental around people. Just keep it to yourself in a way, but just comfort yourself and know that it doesn't last forever, and it's for your own spiritual growth, and try to see it in a different way or a higher perspective. And yeah, I really want to emphasize the eating healthy and having a clear mind, and you have the answers. So just try to avoid social media, because the way that the algorithm's been working is it's really been weaponized against you, like to make you have cognitive dissonance and to really make you think fucked up shit. And it knows how to give you dopamine, but it also knows how to starve you of dopamine. So try not to be addicted to your phone so much. That's why it's a good idea to, if you've got Spotify or YouTube, just put a whole playlist of your favorite type of music on and just have that in the background. And instead of watching shit on the phone, just think shit in your head. Like, think things in your head. You have all the answers. You don't need to look for the answers anymore, because you've got them. So yeah, you are the key, you are the weapon, you know. The government can't really do shit to you, man, because, and the gangstalkers are just like, you know, a virus, an infection, a flea, you know. They're trying to get to you, but really, you will always be you, you know. Hope that makes sense. And do things you're passionate about, like hobbies, like I don't know, maybe it's a good idea to I've noticed I love gardening, so I have plants on my balcony and I look after them, and just gardening, you know, that's a good way to really zone you out and bring you back to nature. Don't worry about AI, just really just be the animal human, you know. Look after your body, look after your mind, look after your soul, and when the spiritual attacks come, try not to let it crumble you and actually try and fight it spiritually. But it depends on how experienced you are, because some people, you know, on the internet, they're like, oh, I'm getting gang stalked and gang stalking this, gang stalking that. But gang stalking is not the be all and end all of life. Like I said, it's just an aspect of life. There's more to this reality than just gang stalking. So try not to watch too many videos about gang stalking. Try to go back to nature and start a garden, you know. Buy a plant and look up how to garden, do gardens, you know. Use the internet for positive things, not for negative things, if that makes sense. And focus on what you want. If you want something, keep focusing on it, and eventually, you know, you'll attract it, like they say with the manifestation stuff. Yeah, music. Music will help you through the toughest of times. And there is angels and spirits that want to help you through music. So it's a good idea to play some nice peaceful music when you wake up and as you go about your day or whatever, as you do your housework, just play some cool music. And there's different kinds of music for different kinds of moods, you know. If you're listening to too much peaceful music, put on some heavy metal. If you're listening to too much heavy metal, put on some peaceful music, you know. Whatever you want, whatever music gets you in the mood. And low tech beats high tech. So you've got all the attributes and keys within you to win, to beat this thing. But you know, I don't want to mislead you, but I'm trying to encourage you and trying to distract you from it. So yeah, as Jesus once said, if the world hates you, know that it hated me before it hated you. So basically, if you're a targeted individual, the whole world hates you. But I reckon it's a form of jealousy too. They wish they could be like you. They wish they made that choice to not follow the crowd, because now they're stuck in the crowd and they can't escape and they can't evolve, they can't grow, they're just dumb. They're dumb NPC bots. And you are a fallen, reincarnated ancient god, and they can suck shit and kiss your ass. Alright, if this message resonated with you anyway, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Tune in next time for more. Peace out.